Hello, we are live. Welcome to episode 6, Dad versus Daughter St. Jude fundraiser. Today we would like to thank our sponsors, Delray Smiles and Port City Brewing Company. They are both award-winning organizations for teeth and beer, respectively.
Port City has won all kinds of national awards, but everybody remember they started in Alexandria, Virginia.
Yes, we are very proud that they are from our hometown. Thank you for that. So today, as you can tell by the title, we have a special celebrity musical guest edition. And this is for real this time. We're actually not bluffing.
Absolutely. I finally came through.
Yeah, despite what we have said in the past episodes, this is for real.
Okay, well, let me just say one thing, though.
Okay.
Jimmy Kimmel's not on today's episode
Not on
because the idea was we were going to get 1 million $1 donations. A lot of people were donating $100. Obviously, we don't mind that, but what we would prefer is $1 donation, share it, and tag on, when you share it on Facebook, at Jimmy Kimmel Live. We need to get 1 million of those so Jimmy Kimmel will come on the show. We're halfway there. We're at about 500,000. I didn't count exactly. I don't know what the exact figure is.
Okay, what he's trying to say, donate $1 to the donate button right there. They're the fundraising organization for St. Jude. Share it with your friends. Ask them to donate $1. And in just no time, we'll have 1 million $1 donations.
There's some questions there. Goal. The American Lebanese Syrian Associated Charities. That's the charity that pays for St. Jude to stay open.
I know. That's what I just said.
Okay. All right.
Literally
Sounds
just
good.
said that. Okay. Great. So our first guest we have on today, we're very excited to have Adam Zelkind. He is just an amazing producer, songwriter, composer, and we're so lucky to have him on the show. Do you want to give everyone a heads up?
Yeah. Now let me say this. Apparently you're supposed to have more than one phone when you do celebrity call-in shows. I did not know that, and I apologize. Seems like I'm always apologizing for something. This is not going to lead to a job for me in TV producing, but the way it's going to work is they're going to call in on the phone. We're going to have Adam first. Jeff Dayton, we're going to have next. He is going to do a tribute to Glen Campbell. Jeff Dayton, every talk show wants him. I don't know why he agreed to come on.
Yes, we're confused.
I guess it's his relationship with you. But Jeff Dayton was Glen Campbell's musical director for 15 years. He was his lead guitarist, and he's going to come on a show and do a great tribute to that. So, Jeff, when we're getting off with Adam Zelkind, who you know as well because you guys have both done the Kwai Music Festival, and I believe Adam also knew Glenn. And then when Jeff's getting off the phone, when we say that, I'm going to tip Jason. Jason Mraz will be our closing guest. And then, and actually, that's a good time to bring in Adam, because Adam and Jason Mraz are both going to be working the Kwai Music Festival this September. So I'm sure I'll want to prep that. So let me get straight to Adam. Adam is, if you don't know his name, if you don't know who he is, you don't watch TV award shows or any award shows. He's always in the front row, always at the table. He was at the table with our buddy, T.C. Williams' buddy, Chip Aston at the Country Music Awards. Probably because he's written 21 songs for that show, Heart of Dixie. 21 songs. He has written songs that have appeared on 750 television episodes. If you write for television and over the course of your entire career you get 10 songs posted, you're doing really well. Adam is the king. Won all kinds of awards and 750. And not only that, but he also writes songs that are hits. If you look on the Spotify chart, I just looked a little bit ago. He was number 15. That song by James Graham, Viral. He wrote that song too. And if you watch the HBO show Leftovers, that band, the Crazy Z's, guess what? Also Adam Zelkind and his talented daughter Zoe.
So let's get him on the show. Long story short, Adam is very successful. We're so lucky to have him. Adam, are you there?
I'm here. Good morning, folks.
It worked.
Hi, thank you for tuning in. So how's it going? And let us know what your question for us is.
Yeah, what do you want Kira and I to argue about?
All right. Well, I first just want to say thank you guys so much. I'm a big supporter of the St. Jude movement. It's just so great to see you guys doing something for a great cause. They're all good people. And anyways, right to it. Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys, listening to music and making music, the old debate of digital or analog, what's going on with that? Are you listening to records? Are you listening to tapes? Are you listening to MP3s? And how are you doing that?
Well,
making it is a whole sort of another thing to talk about.
I mean, I'm
All right,
assuming.
so it sounds like the question is digital versus analog. How do you listen to music? What do you prefer? Do you want to go first?
I obviously don't record my music. I'm more of a live performer. I'm assuming this question is in reference to our episode 1 discussion of Styx. You know, that's my only take on it is, you know, Styx did all their music analog, played all their own instruments. They were classic rock and roll gods, and then they make one song with digital music, used MIDI or whatever the term is, and now Styx isn't allowed to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think that's a load of... I mean, I understand, Adam, you're a great musician and stuff, but I think Styx should get a pass for one song, and they should be in the Hall of Fame.
All right, I don't know...
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know if the question was specifically about Styx, but...
Styx was implied.
We all kind of knew you were going with that. I kind of have a cop-out answer for this one. You know, I think digital recording is so amazing that you can create sounds that, you know, maybe you would be able to do with live instruments. But at the same time, you've got to have that realness and that down-to-earth quality. You know, a lot of my songs are mostly MIDI, and then I'll have either, you know, live guitar or drums or bass or all of the above. So,
It seemed like in Nashville it was mostly analog, right? Or no? When you were recording there?
I mean, it just depends on what kind of song you're recording. But, Adam, what do you think about this? Do you want to answer your own question?
Yeah.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
I believe that mixing the two worlds together works really well for me. You know, I have 2 microphones and 2 preamps, 2 compressors, 2 guitar amps, and real instruments, real voices. But then I record it onto my computer, and I'm able to manipulate it. And whether I'm doing records or when I'm doing movies and TV scores, it's great digitally because the manipulation part of it is so much quicker and so much more efficient.
Right.
So I still get the sound of the analog and of the realness and the grittiness and the harmonic distortion and that stuff we are used to hearing from one.
All right.
Okay, so we lost internet connection for a quick second there, but we're back. So that's a really interesting answer, Adam. I know you're really busy. For those of you who don't know, Adam's he did this for the cause, I'm sure, and he actually had an appointment for this time, and he delayed it for us. So Jeff Dayton, this would be the time that you would call in. If you could call in, then we'll throw it to you. But Adam, I just want to thank you so much for coming in. And now that your daughter's out there, Zoe, I know she's recording right now, and I'm sure she's going to be doing some gigs in LA, right?
Yeah, she's out there doing it, and she's been working on her latest EP, recorded most of it in New York City, and she's out here mixing it and putting on the final touches. So I'm excited to hear the final product.
Awesome. Well, so are we, and I'm very excited to see her when we get out to California, which will be in a couple days.
Okay, and there's Jeff.
Thank
So,
you,
Adam,
Adam,
we're going to tell him you said hello, okay?
Yeah,
Thanks
have a
for
great
coming
day.
on.
Cheers. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye, Adam.
See ya.
Thanks.
All
Okay,
right.
I think this has worked. Jeff, you on the line?
Yes, I am.
Jeff, I know this is a hard time. I really appreciate you coming on the show. I know that obviously around this time you've been inundated, but you wanted to say a few things about Jeff and what he's been. Well, I mean, let me first say that Jeff is obviously he's a Nashville legend. He spends his time now working with younger artists, but he was Glen Campbell's musical director. He was his guitar genius legend for 15 years, and I know this is a hard time, and he was such a great man, and you were such an important part of his life, and it's I know you've worked with other artists. I know you've worked with Willie Nelson. I know you've worked with Toby Keith, Tim McGraw, and I know you're not here to plug yourself, but it means a lot to us you coming on the air here with us today.
Yeah, thanks for calling in, Jeff.
So
Absolutely.
Is there something you wanted to tell the people? I mean, obviously, Glen Campbell, there's nobody listening here who's not a Glen Campbell fan, and I think actually his brave fight the past few years has actually, believe it or not, increased his popularity. He has so much respect and adoration out there. We drove through Nashville on the day of his passing, and it's it was just he was just such an amazing guy, and but no, nobody here obviously knows him even a smidgen of how you did. Is there something you wanted to share with us, a story about Glen that maybe people don't know about?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on, you guys, Kira and Jim. It's great seeing you guys, and I love these broadcasts. This is awesome. Glen was one of those guys that everybody who was somebody would come around with their hat in their hand. And when you were with Glen, and you'd see people walk up, like guys from the Beach Boys and the Monkees and Keith Urban, this young guy who wasn't that well known at the time, and Vince Gill and Ricky Skaggs, with tons of respect in their eyes and in their voice. And, you realized that you were working with one of the greats of the greats, and everybody respected Glen's playing. There's a great Alice Cooper interview that just came out. I think it was on the day that he passed. They released it, and or maybe the day after. And he talks at length about how respected Glen was in the industry. It's pretty cool. So that's one thing I would tell you. The other one is that he was so much fun to be with. I mean, he was a real jokester, and he loved to give you a hard time. One quick story is we were playing, I think it was the Worcester County Fair or something like that in Ohio, and I had just bought a new guitar and I brought it on the road, and I was so proud of it. And I said, "Hey, Glen, look at my new guitar." And he barely looked at it, and he goes, "Well, that's fine, but I figured you would have learned to play the first one."
Yeah, that's, it's funny you say that, because I was looking online, and there's, obviously hundreds of pictures of you and Glen online. And almost all of them, you guys seem to be like laughing out loud, like not just smiling, but like laughing on stage, and I'm sure that translated to the audience when you guys were playing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've had a lot of really nice notes and letters and stuff, and people have said that they really enjoyed the chemistry we had on stage, and that it just jumped up into the audience. So I'm grateful to Glen for the biggest gift anybody could give you in your music career, and that is to ride the road with a legend like he was. I hate saying was, but that's kind of where it's at today.
Yeah.
But yeah, what an amazing guy. And, man, I learned so much about songwriting, about playing guitar, and about entertaining, and sometimes it was what not to do, But it was always, just an amazing daily butt kicking on guitar, and get to marvel at the back pockets of one of the greats.
I think that one of the great things about that for Kira is that what Glen did for you, you're passing off to other artists. Not just Kira. I looked on I don't know whether it was Sarah Darling or one. You've produced so many people, but she's only got 2 pictures on her website. One is her and Elton John, and one is her and you. And that's gotta make you feel good that you're really making a difference in people's lives.
Yeah, well, Glen passed it on to me, and I'm just happy to pass it on. You keep what you have by giving it away. So that's great, and
great
I'm
line.
loving
That's
watching
a great quote.
what
Yeah,
Kira's done with her career.
Can we steal that quote, Jeff? That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I got a question for you for the dad and daughter debate.
Oh, great,
Right. Let me hold on.
I,
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, for those of you just tuning into the show, right now we have on amazing songwriter, Nashville producer, Jeff Dayton, who, worked with and was very close with Glen Campbell for 2 decades. And obviously we're...
I mean, you were to Glen Campbell, it seems like you were like Nelson Riddle was to Frank Sinatra. You were to Glen Campbell, kind of. Is that overstating it? A little? Just a similar kind of...
Well, I remember Steve Warner introduced me one time as Glen's right-hand man, and I thought that was pretty cool just by itself.
Well, and that's what Nelson was. So you're being modest, as you always are. But so what's your question? We'll get Kira and I arguing. There's not enough arguing.
Yeah, I want to hear you guys go at it. So in 50 years, whose music is going to be remembered? Today's music or Glen Campbell?
Oh, wow.
Well, that's a good question.
Can I go first, or now? Just so you know, I mean, we don't practice
go ahead,
any.
Jim,
so
Listen,
I mean, I think that one of the problems, and Kira's gonna, I should say my views are not, because Kira's obviously, we're in the process of moving to LA, so she may not like this, but one of the issues is, just from my proximity, is when you're recording a song, The record companies, there's only there. You know, when you were recording with Jeff Dayton with Glen Campbell, there was 50. Now there's 3, and they're all losing money. And so the chances that they take just can't be there. You could never, Hotel California could never get recorded today because they'd say the intro's too long. You got to kill it. You know, they don't want to take chances. When they hear a song, they need to say, oh, well, this song, it does, you know, it sounds like something that's making money, so we'll put out the effort there. So I think it's more difficult to make those kind of songs that will stand the test of time today than it was then, when you had a little bit more freedom. You know, so I would say that. I mean, it's not like there's not great songs coming out all the time, but if you look at the difference between the quality of songs in the 70s and 80s to even the songs in the 90s, I think there's a pretty large discrepancy. I know I'm sounding like get off my lawn, but you know, that's kind of how I feel about it.
I'm gonna sort of agree, sort of disagree with you. I think that, you know, things that are gimmicks and are, you know, popular on YouTube for 15 minutes probably aren't going to last. But things that really make a dent in pop culture is either if you're a character or persona that people can relate to and people want to be with, you know, whether it be someone like Glen Campbell that, you know, everybody just really looked up to and really admired, or music that does something different. You know, it either has to have a message that really, you know, rallies the masses and people can relate to, or it has to say something, you know, something different. I'm thinking of, you know, I don't know, obviously I wasn't alive when Madonna's first music was coming out. Yeah, you were probably alive for
that's
that.
when I became alive.
Yeah.
Whoa, what's happening here?
Okay.
So
What's that,
Jeff, what's your take on that?
Well, I wanted to ask Kira, what song from today's scene do you think will endure 50 years? That we'll be talking about it going, man, the 20 teens were amazing.
Okay, so from like 2010 on.
Number one, nobody's going to say that. I think all of Me, John Legend might last.
I mean, I think country music has gone from bro country to girl country.
Yeah, girl, drink, pickup. Yeah.
You know, let's, you know, pickup trucks and pickup lines are somewhere in there, you know.
Right, but 50 years from now, we'll still be hearing Crazy on the radio. We'll still be hearing, you know, For All the Girls I Loved Before.
I don't know. Let us know in the comments, guys who are watching.
Yeah, what you think. What
songs do you think that have come out in the past decade do you think will be remembered 50 years from now, rather? What songs do you think are going to stand the test of time?
Yeah.
Okay,
I didn't answer the question. Jeez. So, something that, you know, just thinking of this off the top of my head, an artist that like I said before has really made a dent in pop culture, I think, is Lady Gaga. Obviously when she has these crazy outfits that catch people's attention, but I don't think that's what people are going to remember about her. I think it's all the work that, you know, humanitarian work she's done for, you know, LGBTQ rights that she's done. And I think, you know, just beyond her music, the kind of person that she does for just advancing human rights, I think that's something that is going to make her as a person stand the test of time. So again, let us know. We have someone, you know, a viewer saying Adele is an artist that, you know, obviously a great talent there. So that's a great question.
Well, and I think in country music, my choice for that in the last 10 years would be The House That Built Me, Miranda Lambert, which was Tom Douglas and Alan Chambliss. And I hope that that's the quality of music that we're going to continue to seek out, because that's an amazing song and an amazingly crafted song, as well as an amazing performance. Frank Liddell did an amazing job producing it, so I hope that's one of the ones.
Well,
agreed.
Jeff, we really appreciate you coming on the show and sharing your stories about Glen Campbell, and we know everybody's looking for you, and I'm assuming it's St. Jude's and Kira, not me, that got you to get on the phone, but thank you for your help, and just, you know, anybody who can share this video and tag at Jimmy Kimmel Live. All we're asking is for people to donate $1.
$1.
Share the broadcast and tag at Jimmy Kimmel Live. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have Jimmy Kimmel Live. All right, so we're going to shoot it to Jason Mraz next, Jeff. So if you're still tuning in, you can listen to that one, okay?
All right.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, thanks, Jeff.
Thanks so much, Jeff. Thanks for coming on and helping the cause.
Okay.
All right. So again, for those of you that just tuned in earlier on the show, if you want to go back, we had Adam Zelkind, amazing songwriter, producer, composer, out in California.
Yeah, you got to stretch here. Jason hasn't called.
We just finished up our call with Jeff Dayton. He's from Nashville. Again, amazing songwriter, producer who was, the right-hand man of Glen Campbell, who, as you know, just passed earlier this week. So do we have
Well,
Jason on yet?
so Graham Edwards, who's your mentor, wrote Jason's biggest hit or second biggest hit. And Jason's going to be at the Kauai Music Festival with Adam Zelkind and a bunch of other people. And
right.
Kira got her start. You won because you guys, a lot of people on here, voted for her to win an international songwriting contest, the Smash Tune Songwriting Contest. I got you to Kauai Music Festival. It's where you met a bunch of producers for your first CD.
All right, okay. This is not my bio. Let's get the next caller on here.
So I think what we're going to do...
Okay.
Jason, I think what we're going to do is, since the show, we're about 15 seconds from the end of the show, we'll record Jason's call, or if it doesn't work out, we'll have Jason be on the show with Jimmy and Denzel and Chloe tomorrow. Yes. So tomorrow will be another call-in show, and the Jason Mraz thing did not work out.
Thank you to our first two amazing callers today.
Yes.
Just so you know, we're still doing the fundraiser for St. Jude. You can use that button on the bottom of your screen. ALSAC, the one that's there, is the fundraising org for St. Jude, so that goes directly to them. All we're asking is that you guys donate $1 to ALSAC. Share it with your friends. Ask all your friends to donate $1, and in no time we'll have $1 million donated to St. Jude.
Jimmy Kimmel Live. We need $1 million $1 donations.
Yeah, we need to get him on
the
show.
We're halfway there. We're at about 500,000. Probably by now we're at 540, 550,000. So if we get another 450,000 between now and noon tomorrow, $1 donations. That's all
Just
we're
$1,
asking.
guys. Everyone, $1 right now. Do not delay.
Signing off.
We know you're on your lunch break. $1.
And thank you so much to Adam Zelkind and Jeff Dayton.
Thank you again so much to our special guests. I want to give another shout out to our sponsors, Delray Smiles and Port Sitting Brewing Company, both amazing award-winning organizations. And we'll see you tomorrow, guys. We're getting to the end of the episode. Donate $1. Share it. Tag Jimmy Kimmel.
Bye.
Just tag him so that he'll come on our show. Just $1. Get him to just donate $1 and then we'll